Hi, I'm Rusty Komori, and this is Beyond the Lines. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful ThinkTech Hawaii TV studio in the Pioneer Plaza in downtown Honolulu. This show is based on my book, also titled Beyond the Lines, and it's about leadership, creating a superior culture of excellence, and finding greatness. My special guest today is my youngest guest that I've ever had, and she's accomplishing big things. She is the founder of B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii, host of her own TV and radio show, an author, a singer, and the winner of the 2018 Miss Teen Cosmos United States pageant. She is Mahealani Sims Tulba, and today we are going beyond bullying. Mahea!
Hi!
Awesome having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here. I'm very excited. Very excited.
Now, you are a recent graduate last year of Sacred Hearts.
Yes.
And you're 19.
Yes, I am.
How was your experiences at Sacred Hearts?
I loved Sacred Hearts. It was my first time. I transferred in 8th grade, and it was my first time going to a really big all-girls school. So I didn't exactly know what to expect, but in my 5 years, I've had so many amazing experiences. I think a couple of things that I really liked were, one, all of the super cool extracurricular activities that we got to do. I was involved in theater for 4 years of high school, and I was also on the cheerleading team. I cheered for St. Louis and for Sacred Hearts, so that was really fun. And another thing that I really loved were it's just the environment. The teachers and the staff, they wanted you to succeed, and you knew as a student that they would do anything to help you. And I made some really amazing memories, and I know if I ever have a daughter, I'm going to send her to Sacred Hearts also. I love it. I love that school so much. They've taught me a lot. So.
Yeah. No, that's great to hear.
Yes.
And Mahea, your parents, Augie and Kim, obviously they've done great thing parents to you.
Yes.
What's the biggest, most important thing you've learned from them?
I've learned that no matter what, as long as you have a good support system behind you and you have somebody that's there to push you and support everything that you decide to do, you're going to succeed. I know that there are a lot of people who maybe don't have both parents, or that sort of supportive system is absent in their life. So I'm really grateful that they've been able to teach me that no matter what, no matter if I fail, if I succeed, no matter what I decide to pursue in life, they're going to be there to support me and help me in any way that I can. And I'm so grateful, because I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything without their support.
I hear you, and I know them as well, and they're fantastic people. We have so much to talk about.
Yes.
Let's go right into the bullying. Mm-hmm. You were bullied when you were in 5th grade?
Yes.
Tell me about those experiences.
Well, I was 10 years old, and at that time I knew that I wanted to do something to help people. I loved being around my friends. I loved being around people, my peers, my family, and I knew that I wanted to be a person that could give back. And I had a best friend at the time who was involved in pageantry, and we had been best friends since preschool. So I kind of looked up to her in a sense, and I saw that she did pageants. And I wanted to follow in her footsteps, because I knew that through pageantry, they help out in the community. So I asked my mom if I could enter a pageant, and at first she said no. So I was like, okay, well, guess I gotta wait. But then eventually she said, okay, you can do your pageant. And I was so excited. I decided to tell literally everybody that I knew at my very small school that I was going to enter in this pageant. And I thought, being 10 years old and just being a kid, everyone would be like, oh my God, that's so exciting. But this girl who is my best friend, she told me things like, oh, well, you're not pretty enough to be in a pageant. You're not smart enough to be in a pageant. You're too fat. You're not going to win. And hearing those things from somebody that I looked up to, who was basically one of my role models at the time, I was like, whoa, okay. I didn't know you could be like that. But I decided, I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to do it because I want to. And eventually, as I continued to do pageants during that time, I actually did win my first pageant. And I was so excited because I had overcome this hurdle in my life, I guess. I had overcome what these people had said about me, and I proved them wrong. Like, I did win this pageant, and I am good enough to be in it. And so word got out to my school that I had won this pageant, and they kind of announced it at an assembly. And I guess this girl and a bunch of her friends decided to spread rumors saying, oh, well, she didn't actually win. She just got appointed. They just gave her the title because they felt bad for her. And this went on for several years until it became so bad that I had to like beg my parents to pull me out of the school and get me out of that situation. So, and then I was like, it was like 10 to 12 years old. So I was just trying to find myself in the world, and hearing that from somebody that I looked up to was really hurtful for me.
Yeah, and you know, it's amazing that, you know, the experiences that you went through in such a negative way, but how you ended up turning it into a majorly positive situation. You're also an author. You wrote a book called It's Okay to Be Different. When did you write the book, and what is the book about?
I wrote the book when I was 11 years old. It's basically a retelling of my personal story, but in a more kid-friendly way. I decided to write a children's book because I wanted to be able to relate to kids my age at the time, and I also wanted to be able to teach those kids and put a really good message into their mind at a young age. I know that students, especially young kids, when their parents or their teachers, you know, teach them, they retain that. So when they see somebody getting bullied on this playground, they will say, hey, you're not supposed to do that. The teacher said you can't do that. And for me, I wanted to be able to instill that mindset into young children, that it is okay to be different. And no matter what your differences are, no matter if you look different or you do different things from your best friend, you're still valid. And you can still make a difference in the world, even if nobody is the same. The book is about minor birds, and I think it's really funny because all minor birds are the same, and it's about one minor bird who decides to be different from all the other ones, and she gets teased for it. And then in the end, they find out that it's okay to be different, and they become friends, and it's just a really feel-good story. I wrote and illustrated it when I was 11, so it looks like it was made for kids by a kid, which is kind of that feeling that I wanted to convey.
Well, being an author myself, I respect every author now. I mean, it's tough to to write a book, any book. It really is. Now let's talk about B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii, and you're the founder.
Yes.
And B.R.A.V.E. is an acronym for Be Respectful and Value Everyone. When did you start B.R.A.V.E. and why did you start it?
I started B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii in 2013 when I was 13 years old. It was after I'd written my book, after I'd been able to go out into libraries and schools and read my story. A lot of people would come up to me and ask, what else are you doing? What are you doing anything more to, I guess, express this message of, you know, accepting others? And I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, what more can we do? And I went to my parents and I was like, I have this amazing idea. We should make a foundation, or we should make an organization that, you know, goes into schools and teaches about the effects of bullying and how important it is to not only respect yourself, but to respect the people around you, your environment, your elders. And I wanted to be able to take my negative experience, share my story, and maybe touch the lives of another student, touch the life of another teacher, you know, touch the life of a parent, and be able to let them know that if there's something going on with your kid, or if there's something going on in school, speak up. You should be able to have that courage to not only help yourself, but to help others as well. And I've been so blessed to be able to speak to so many kids, because we hear so many stories, and everyone is so inspirational. we hear all kinds of success stories about kids being able to get out of their bullying situation. And it's really touching for me because I was able to help that person. I was able to give them that courage to speak out and share their story.
I like that C word, courage, you know, and
Yes.
you also have, I mean, you also host your own TV show, you have a radio show. Like you said, you go to schools to really share everything about B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii. What kind of impact do you feel you're making when you're speaking at these schools?
Kind of like I was saying earlier, I feel like the impact that I bring is to give kids that courage to speak out and to maybe talk to a teacher about what's happening to them, maybe confront their bully in a good way, or maybe to talk to their parents and see what they can do to help them. I know, especially for me, when I was in school, I was really afraid to speak up. I was afraid to talk to my parents about what was going on. I was afraid to let them know that these people were saying such horrible things to me, and I didn't really know how to go about it. And I know now that being able to speak up and talk to your parents, talk to your teachers, really helps. And I know kids are scared, and I just want to be that voice to them. As a kid myself, I want to be able to tell them, it's okay. You don't have to be afraid. Because if you speak up and you talk to somebody that you trust, you'll get the help that you need. And that's kind of what we want to do with B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii, not only give people that courage, but also spread awareness. And so if someone, maybe it's not happening to somebody else, maybe that person that we're talking to is not being bullied, but they know somebody who's being bullied, and they can spread that message onto them.
Mahea, you're making such a huge impact in our community, so much so that you're winning numerous awards, and most recently, the Princess Diana Award.
Yes.
So it's not just in Hawaii, it's not national, this is global.
Yes.
How does that feel to win the Princess Diana Award?
It's amazing. I never thought that the work that we do here on such a small island would reach that potential. I always knew that, if you work hard for what you believe in, you will gain success. And I believe that, we have achieved success, but I didn't really understand how much we could achieve. And so receiving the Princess Diana Award is so amazing because it's in Princess Diana's legacy, and she wants young people to be able to change the world. And the Princess Diana Award really focuses on anti-bullying, and it makes me feel really special because, we're just a small organization from Hawaii. Like, we work privately, and we do our best in the small community that we have, and being able to be recognized on an international level is so amazing. It's always been my dream to be able to make B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii something a lot bigger than just Hawaii. And knowing that people in England are seeing what we're doing is so cool. I'm so honored to be able to receive that award. It's really amazing.
For sure. You're the winner of the Miss Teen Cosmos United States pageant in 2018.
Yes.
What is the Miss Teen Cosmos pageant?
It is a national and international pageant, and it focuses a lot on community service and just being able to put your voice out there and being able to be not just a beautiful woman on the outside, but on the inside as well. And I really enjoy that message because I believe that everyone can be beautiful, whether it's in their heart and they're deciding to go out into the community and, help the homeless or help people who are being bullied, or, make really big changes in their community, or, be beautiful on the outside and be able to spread a positive message with, their being. And it's something that I really love. I love that the pageant doesn't really focus much on outer beauty, although it's a pageant, but but that's not all it's about. It's about, what you do in the community and the amazing things that you're doing to spread a message. And being able to be the first national title holder was such an honor because I was able to spread my message about anti-bullying and about, you are beautiful no matter what, even if you're different from your peers, if you're different from, the pageant queen standing next to you. You are beautiful and you are doing an amazing job and you have a great message. And it's been wonderful. And I'm sad to give up my title, but I know that there is going to be an amazing girl who's going to be in my shoes, and she's going to be spreading an amazing message as well.
Well, I can validate how amazing that pageant is because I was a judge a few months ago.
Yes.
And the girls, all of the participants, they're so encouraging.
Yes.
They're genuinely happy for each other. They're so positive.
They are. They really are.
Your mom and dad are the organizers of that pageant. They're the culture that they have. It really, it's an amazing thing to see with the girls.
It really is.
Mahea, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue going beyond bullying.
Okay.
You're watching Beyond the Lines on ThinkTech Hawaii with my special guest, Mahealani Sims Tulba. We will be back in 60 seconds.
Aloha, my name is Mark Shklov. I am the host of ThinkTech Hawaii's Law Across the Sea. Law Across the Sea is on ThinkTech Hawaii every other Monday at 11 a.m. Please join me where my guests talk about law topics and ideas and music and Hawaiiana all across the sea from Hawaii and back again. Aloha.
Aloha, I'm Dennis Wong, a host here at ThinkTech Hawaii, a digital media company serving the people of Hawaii. We provide a video platform for citizen journalists to raise public awareness in Hawaii. We are a Hawaii nonprofit that depends on the generosity of its supporters to keep on going. We'd be grateful if you'd go to thinktechhawaii.com and make a donation to support us now. Thanks so much.
Welcome back to Beyond the Lines on ThinkTech Hawaii. My special guest today is the founder of B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii Foundation, and she is making a huge positive impact in our community. She is Mahealani Sims Tulba, and today we are going beyond bullying. Mahea, I know you read my book, Beyond the Lines. What are some things that you liked about the book?
I loved the 6th chapter, Key 6, about finding your passion.
Yeah.
Because I believe that the key to success is to have passion about something that you want. I know that there are a lot of people that I know personally that felt like they need to go out and do something that, somebody else told them to do. Like, oh, you should, you'd be so amazing as an accountant. You should go be an accountant. And then they go to college to learn how to be an accountant, and then they find out that they don't like that. And they put in all of this effort and they don't go anywhere because it's not something that they're really passionate about. And being able to find that passion in yourself and know that this is what I want to do and I'm going to put everything that I have into doing this is a great way to go towards success. Because I've always said, if you don't like the job that you're doing, then why are you doing it? If you enjoy your work, it's not really work. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean. And there's so many parts in the book that you remind me about these parts in the book. When I talk about courage and welcoming adversity and choices and character.
Yes.
You do it all. You definitely go beyond the lines.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
in addition to everything that you do, you also are a singer of this song called Don't Let Me Down Easy.
Yes.
And I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
the song. Now, what inspired you to write that song?
Well, it was actually written by my producer, Adam John, and we wanted to be able to create a song that was a pop song, but also still had an islandy vibe. We wanted to be able to, stay close to my Hawaii roots. And this song, it's about a girl who she knows that she's in a failing relationship, and the last thing that she knows that the relationship's not going to work out. And the only thing that she wants from this boy is to be let down easy. She doesn't want, any more harsh words. She just wants to be let down easy. And it's something that I really like. It's something that I'm really proud of. I've always tried to make music in the past, but I've never been able to make something that I'm really, really proud of. Nothing that really stood up to my standards to be put out into the world. So now that I worked together with my producer and created this song, and I'm so proud of it, I'm so happy to be able to have people like you and people like all over the world listen to the song, and it's like my baby basically, and I love it. And I'm so glad other people like it too.
Well, it's a fantastic song, Mahea, and I want to ask you, should we do a little sample in studio with the song, with you performing it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Words they burn like acid rain. Wish some things you never said to me, but you damn said it. You stuck with it. Your heart felt cold when summer came, and you found comfort in my pain. You did, don't you forget it. You stuck with it. But why would you hit the ground running? I guess I should have seen it coming. If you let me down, I hope you let me down easy. And if you let me down, I hope you let me down easy. I don't need anything more than that. Love is in a kid is all I ask. So if you let me down, I hope you let me down easy. Easy. I hope you let me down easy. Easy. I hope you let me down easy. Burgundy to violet, shades of rain inside my head. You know you mess with it, I still kill it.
Mahea, what a great song.
Thank you.
What a great song, great performance. Thank you for doing what you did there.
Thank you.
Now, I want to ask you, you've obviously met with thousands of students. Is there a story that deeply touches your heart with one of these students?
Well, we hear about all kinds of stories. We hear all kinds of people who come into our lives and talk about the effects that we have done for B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii and what it's done for them. We hear a lot of stories about, parents who want us to help their kid. They want us to come into the school and, counsel and help their kid. And the sad reality is that we aren't able to go into the schools and provide counseling. We aren't able to go into the schools and try to fix the problem. We can only educate and try to encourage others to implement what we teach them into their school. So we went to this amazing elementary school. We went to Alawai Elementary a couple of months ago, and we've been there a few times. And at first, when we first went, we thought it was just going to be, just one of our regular elementary school assemblies. And these students were so incredibly amazing. They were attentive, and they participated. They wanted to be involved, and they were very engaged. And it was so touching to me because they were listening to what I had to say. And the teacher, her name is Mrs. Kui, and it's her 4th grade Dynamite Leaders. They were so amazing. They really took what we said, and they didn't just, relay it to their parents and be like, oh, B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii came to talk to us today. They implemented it into their school.
Great.
They took what we did and they gave it to the rest of their elementary school, and they invited us to come to their leadership assembly where they spoke about kindness and, respecting others and what a bully is and why being a bully is bad. And they do such amazing things. They're creating a peace garden where they're going to write little positive quotes on rocks and have it in a peace garden. So if you feel a little sad or if you feel a little discouraged, you can go there and read some amazing quotes. And they hold assemblies all the time during their classes, and they speak about amazing messages about not just respecting yourself as a student, but respecting the other peers around you. And it's been so inspiring, not just for them to see them doing that, but it's inspiring to me because I was able to help them. I was able to inspire them. And I know that if I keep at it, I'll be able to inspire others as well.
Speaking of being inspirational, I mean, you're very inspirational. You've
you.
achieved a lot of success already as a 19-year-old. What is your definition of success?
I think my definition is just if you know what you're doing is helping people, if you know someone is touched by what you're doing, you've already succeeded. If you work hard and you love what you do and you're able to touch the lives of someone else, that's really all we're trying to do, right? Only thing we're trying to do is spread our message and, make sure that other people receive that and take it to heart. And so I believe that if you've inspired someone to do something or if you've touched them in some way, you've succeeded.
Great answer.
Thank you.
And you're touching a lot of people. I mean, thousands and thousands of
Thank
people.
you.
I mean, it's getting known globally, like we talked about earlier.
Yes.
What are you hoping to achieve in your near bright future, Mahea?
Well, I hope to get my bachelor's degree in psychology. I'm going to be going to UH Manoa this fall.
Yeah.
And in terms of what I want to do for B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii in the near future, we want to open up this thing that we've been working on. It's called the B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii Leadership Academy. And basically what we want to do, since B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii is such a very small group of people, we want to be able to expand that, and we want to be able to bring in teachers, bring in students, bring in schools who want to implement B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii into their school. And we want to teach them how to do the presentations, how to convey B.R.A.V.E. Hawaii's message into their classrooms. And we want to inspire them to not only relay that message, but to create something amazing and original for their school, for their program, for their classroom, and to be able to spread whatever message about anti-bullying they want to spread.
Mahea, before we wrap, I want to ask you one more thing. Okay, you've experienced a ton of stuff already in your short life. What do you see and feel when you look into the mirror now?
This question has a lot of layers to it. I feel like a lot of people, when they see me as like this successful young woman who's been able to touch the lives of so many people and is doing so many things at such a young age. But when I look into the mirror, I feel like I'm not doing as much as I could. I know a lot of people, they see what we want them to see, but behind the scenes, like in my home and when I'm with my family, I know that there's more that we could do. There's more that I could do, and I know that I'm not being my best self. And I think as I get older, I realize that there's so much more that I could be doing. There's so much more to make me as best as I can. And I think in the next few years of going to school and meeting with more people, I want to be able to learn how to put my best foot forward, even more than it's already forward, if that makes sense.
You know what? That's a great answer, Mahea. And everyone's capable of doing so much more, but you've done a ton. And I have to tell you that you are a fantastic role model for kids and adults.
Thank you.
I want to really thank you for being on Beyond the Lines today.
Thank you for having me. It's been such an honor. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you, Mahea.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for watching Beyond the Lines on ThinkTech Hawaii, and a special thank you to my clothing sponsor, Iolani Incorporated. For more information, please visit rustykomori.com, and my book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I hope that Mahea and I will inspire you to create your own superior culture of excellence and to find your greatness and help others find theirs. Aloha.